They opened it in 1850, and it was for the mentally insane and criminally insane. Their population peaked around 1950s, and it was just a huge operation. It's 160 acres, all the support buildings and everything else.
There was something that was very negative that was going on here. And the spot they picked to build this administration building is interesting to me too, because it feels like it's on what I would call power spot. There's definitely energy here.
This was where the people were kept at.
And again, energy can be used in a negative or positive way.
Psychiatrists are well trained. Psychologists are well trained. Social workers are well trained. But the people who are caring for folks even today, in a typical hospital, have training, but they're not psychiatrists.
He did things to kind of mess with the patients.
By and large, they are behaviorists, and their training is somewhat limited. It doesn't pay well. There's turnover, and so the folks that do that do it because they have a good heart, but sometimes they don't have a good heart. I mean, you do get the bad apple, and sometimes bad things happen. So I think that there's clearly many cases of seclusion and restraint that were inappropriate. And the kinds of restraints varied from, the more sensitive types to those that are medieval.
It was in a warm building, but it's like a real cold presence, like a spirit or something around you.
Well, things come to fruition with the full moon. That lunar activity activates things in what we would call the astral or subconscious mind. So it wasn't just in your minds, it was actually bringing out things that were inherently hidden in that place. The more people you have, the energies that are there respond to those electromagnetic fields. And so they're putting on a show. We're not separate from anything. We think everything is separate, but we're all one big energy. So when you have people, especially on a full moon on a Friday the 13th, you're gonna have activity.
Clearly, there's a lot of psychological, there's like a schema that you have whenever you go to a mental asylum, and people have that, they're scared.
3 weeks to a month before I could adjust, I was just terrified.
To go into a mental hospital, to be a worker there, or to be inpatient there, I think is psychologically quite distressing for many people. Whether or not there's anything paranormal on top of it or not. Are there ghosts? Are there things that go bump in the night? Again, you have anecdotal stories which seem to be kind of interesting.